I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at The Hunt for Wolverine: Claws of a Killer issue number 1. We've seen how Wolverine's friends have reacted to his return from the dead, but what about his enemies? Well, let's hop on in together and find out. Alrighty then, so this story starts as all great stories do in my mind, a dive bar in Arizona. Hey, don't judge me, I've been places. The local bar flies complain about the local sports team and then complain about the power being out. A few of them decide to work up the courage to go investigate it over at the substation. However, they're met by, well, Wolverine seemingly. Oh, but it all can't be that simple, can it? This seeming Wolverine talks a bunch of military jargon and then kills the bar flies before eventually setting off a massive explosion at the substation. The explosion is also that very specific shade of nuclear green, which just lets you know that this is gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. Now, over in Manhattan, we see Lady DEATHSTRIKE, who was tipped off to Logan's return by some of her old Reaver buddies. She's joined by Sabretooth, longtime enemy of the Knucklehead. Together, they're trying to convince Daken, Wolverine's rather disappointing son, to join them on their quest to hunt Wolverine down. Daken more or less says how he doesn't trust either of these two, and if they were willing to kill his father, there's no doubt they'd stab him in the back too. Also, he's not a team player, despite the fact that he is actually a member of X-Men Blue right now. Also, for that matter, why is Sabretooth on Team Kill Wolverine? Isn't he currently partners with Old Man Logan over in the Weapon X book? As you can tell, I don't read much X-Men, that's a serious question. DEATHSTRIKE tries to play up to Daken's own sense of revenge by saying that, hey, your own dad drowned you and he's cheated me out of his own death several times, so you know, if anyone is gonna kill him, it should be one of these three people in this room right here, right now. Using Sabretooth's own super sense, the trio is able to track Logan across America to that Arizona bar from the beginning of the comic, only everything is strangely still and dead. Much like Scooby-Doo before them, this team decides to split up and cover more ground. Daken goes to the gas station where he comes face to face with a bunch of army dudes. This is the group that the seeming Logan was referring to earlier, Kill Team 9. Wow, these guys sound cool. They sound like they spend all day giving SEAL Team 6 wedgies. Daken pops his claws and picks a fight with these guys, only as soon as he draws blood, much like sharks in the water, it ends up attracting something rather unexpected. It attracts zombies. Yes, it would seem that explosion from earlier did indeed kill the local populace, but they didn't stay dead. They have now risen, and they're hungry and angry. They're hangry. The Walking Dead opt to make a Daken sandwich, and it's right there that the comic ends. So that's Claws of a Killer, everyone, and overall, it was fine, if slightly unextraordinary. I certainly like the idea of seeing how Wolverine's resurrection would affect those who weren't exactly his biggest fans, but at the same time, I just wish, you know, they maybe picked a different lineup. Everyone in this issue was so forceful, rough, and gruff, it really felt like you could move around a bunch of the dialogue and it wouldn't make a huge difference, because, you know, everyone sort of sounded the same. As I mentioned before, the inclusion of zombies was pretty unexpected. If nothing else, you can't say that the Hunt for Wolverine tie-in series hasn't been running the gamut of all different sorts of genres. You have the street-level detective story, the James Bondian New Avengers reunion piece, and now here you got a little zombie horror in your X-Men story. Hey, why not? Who am I to complain? It's not exactly bad. I feel if you're already reading Weapon X, you're probably going to enjoy this, but I would still call it maybe the weakest of these Hunt for Wolverine books so far, which is why I can only give it a 6 out of 10. So that's The Hunt for Wolverine, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of these other videos I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're in the market for comic book trades and don't want to pay an arm and a leg, please use my book depository link down in the description. Not only will you save a bundle by not having to pay for shipping, but everything you buy goes to support me and the channel, which would be much appreciated. So until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.